So we're carrying on solving similar problems again. We'll be substituting in for the variables with integers, and then of course using the order of operations to solve those problems. So here we are. The first thing we're going to do is substitute in for these variables. I know that when we were in class, we talked about that negative sign outside the parentheses and how it means that we take whatever's inside the parentheses and make it negative. Now the thing that we didn't talk about is, well, what if the answer inside the parentheses is in fact negative itself? Well, that would mean that we take that negative, make it negative. What that really means is to find the opposite. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Next thing, again, that we talked about in half was multiplying something times 1/2. When we multiply something times 1/2, it's the same as dividing it by 2. Okay, so the first thing that we have here to do, obviously, is parentheses, which means I've got all of this to do here. So I've got subtraction and multiplication. I should know that I multiply first. 3 times 4 is 12. Negative times a positive is, in fact, a negative. Bring down the rest of my problem. I've got a subtraction problem, so I get to cha-cha-cha, stay, change, change, cha-cha-cha, stay, change, change, cha-cha-cha, and now I'm adding, and the signs are different. Find the difference. So I have to find my absolute values of both of these. I know the absolute value of -5 is 5. The absolute value of positive 12 is 12. So therefore, I'm going to do 12 minus 5, which is 7. And the larger absolute value is positive. So I take that positive 7, and I need to bring down the negative that goes with it. And now bring down the rest of my problem. So I am done with everything inside parentheses. Keep in mind the parentheses that are still left here and here are simply to separate the signs as needed. So that means I am done with my parentheses, and I'm moving on to exponents. I only have this one exponent right here. I know that 4 squared means 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. So I am going to go to my next page so that I can rewrite this problem in its entirety. So hopefully my dogs are done barking. I'm sure you heard that in the background. So, like I said, I am rewriting this problem so we can see it on the next page. So I've got -7 plus 1/2 times 16 minus -36 divided by 6. So I finished my parentheses. I finished my exponents. I now move on to multiplication and division in order from left to right. So as I look across this problem, I have addition first, going to leave that alone, and I get to multiplication first, leaving these alone. So 1/2 times 16. Remember we talked about when we multiply anything times 1/2, it means we're dividing that number in half. So half of 16, of course, is 8. Bring down the rest of this problem. I still have some division left right here. I'm all done with this. I've got -36 divided by 6. Well, 36 divided by 6 is 6, and a negative divided by a positive is always a negative. And now I bring down the rest of my problem. I am now done with my multiplication and division. I'm going to move on to addition and subtraction, again, in order from left to right. So the first thing that I get to is -7 plus +8. So that means I'm adding. I sing my song, if the signs are the same, find the sum. Well, they're not the same. Signs are different, find the difference. That's what I'm doing, finding the difference. Absolute values. Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. Absolute value of positive 8 is 8. So I'm going to do 8 minus 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. I take the sign of my larger absolute value, which is positive, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Bring down the rest of my problem. Of course, I'm subtracting, so I get to do my cha-cha-cha. So I stay, change, change, cha-cha-cha. Stay, change, change, cha-cha-cha. And now I have a simple addition problem. So I've got 1 plus 6, which I know is 7. And there's my final answer.